Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sam Series. Welcome back to MLB Show 26 Franchise Mode. We're just gonna, it's the end of the regular season. We are gonna simulate everything from here on out. Last episode, the Cubs defeat the Guardians in the World Series. See if we can still check people's stats. We can't. We can't at all, so it's okay. Advance to the offseason, blah, blah, blah. Negotiate. Few retired players. We didn't have anyone really notably retired. Max Scherzer into the Hall of Fame. So we're going to take a look at some of how our staff is looking. So we're going to pretty much rebuild our staff, pretty much gut everybody. I think Will Venable is good enough to stay. All these free agents, I mean, I'm just going to let them walk. I'm just going to let them walk. We don't really have anything else. Hitting coach. This guy looks really fun. Give him a contract. Pitching coach. Okay, we're having a hard time trying to find a pitching coach. This guy, though, might be interesting. Give him first base coach. We'll add this guy. Why not? I already offered him. And third base coach. Why not? There we go. Okay. And we got breaking news. The White Sox are finalizing a deal in Chicago to get a brand new state-of-the-art stadium for 2029. So we got a new hitting coach. Okay, so we got... No, we don't... I don't want... Okay. So now we're looking at free agency. So, looking at our team needs, we need a lot of stuff. Looking at our team needs, we need a lot of stuff. We're going to emphasize, we are going to emphasize mainly outfield and pitching. Outfield and pitching. We are also going to just, I want some more power. I want an on-base machine. So looking at tendering contracts, we're just going to tender everybody that we can. Shane Smith is being tendered too. I usually have a strategy with how I, do these. I'm going to try to get the offseason done in one episode. It should be. And then do spring training next time. Grant Taylor sticking around. Chase Mydrath. I'm going to renew all these guys' contracts, especially the guys I want to build around. Brad Montgomery, definitely bump up his salary. There's really nobody else. Billy Carlson, can't forget him. The game likes to screw people over with contract. Tanner Murray, too. Keep him around. I know he just got called up in real life. Everyone else, though, I feel like is replaceable. Maybe renew Tim Elko's contract and Tyler Gilbert. And Caleb Bonner. He did have a solid showcase with us last year, so want to keep him around. I want to keep a lot of these guys around for depth. Okay. Arbitration, we can, I think I have contracts set to automatic. I do. Okay. Okay, so free agency, I'm not going to try to make a big splash, so how much do we have to play with? Does it tell 99 million to play with? So, looking at people who had a good year, pitching wise, I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, Kevin Gausman wants a 1-year deal. So, I'm not looking to do anything flashy. I know Shane Smith and Hagen Smith are probably the two guys with guaranteed rotation spots. I just want to get filler for next year, and we should have Noah Schultz next year too. So, but I don't know. We just put Zach Allen there. Let's see who it recommends us. Oh yeah, no, we are not. We are not signing any of these guys. Now this. Ooh. Now, though, I do like Alec Bohm though. I do like Alec Bohm. Alec Bohm, I feel like could be a fit. And then I want to bring in, and I think I just want to bring in like a rental kind of a guy. George Springer. There we go. I think that'll be a good. I think that's a good starting point for free agency. Select some guys. So we got 30. Okay, so we got 33 guys on the 40-man roster. So let's take a look at some guys. So Tim Elko, I don't need to put him on the 40-man. We're putting Noah Schultz on the 40-man, so he is protected. Um, I mean, Billy Carlson ain't eligible anyway. We'll take Curtis Mead off of the 40-man. I just want to make sure there's no, like, notable. Okay, so we got 36 guys. Okay, so we got 36 guys. Broderick Jensen. Okay, we're gonna. Wow, he's gonna start the year in Double A. We might have a guy set already. All right, we're gonna move him to Double A. Okay, so now we're just gonna simulate a bit, see how much interest these guys have. Rival opportunity. All right, well, Alec Bohm has some interest. This could be the big cornerstone we need. Alec Bohm could be the big cornerstone we need as a gap stop, as a stop gap. Sorry, because I mean, when Billy Carlson is up, you can move him to second or full time. But I don't know. Like, I really like Bohm. I think he fits what this team's going for. Let's see here. Okay, so we got our first free agent. Alec Bohm is now a Chicago White Sox. So now we got a guy who can fill it. Now we got a guy who can fill in at third. Didn't I move Garrett Mitchell to hold on? Didn't I move Garrett unless I don't know. I might move. I don't know. I might move Luis Angel Acuna because he can play second, right? No, not Chase Smythe because he can play second. I can move him to. I can move him to second. But he didn't have a great year. How'd Mitchell do again? Okay, he didn't do bad, so I think it might. I don't know. I don't know. I got time to figure stuff out though. Tender. We'll tender this dude's contract. Why not? Again, this guy. Free agency. So it's looking very likely that Zach Gallen isn't going to want to come here. So I think what I'm going to do instead, Robbie Ray, but that's a lot of money for a 1-year rental. That's a lot of money for a 1-year rental. I think David Peterson, but I hope David Peterson knows. I hope he knows he's not getting a big contract though. We're going to add Brusador Graterol. Nico Horner to the Yankees. I am going to utilize the Rule 5 draft a good chunk too. Jazz Chisholm goes to the Great Mariners. Okay, so George Springer does have some interest. He's probably going to be. He's gonna be like the guy where like I hope he balls out and then we can just trade him at the deadline and get some solid pieces. Devin Williams to the Royals. Chris Bubick to the Giants. Okay, let's see. Will George Springer be a member of the White Sox? All right. He is a member of the Chicago White Sox now. How much money do we still got? We got 69 million to play with. Okay. Pretty much got arbitration offered to all the guys we needed to. It seems like David Peterson, I don't really want to give him a. I don't really want to give him this. I don't really think he's that big of a contract. I don't really think he needs that big of a contract, though. Then we'll give 1 year to Bruise It or All. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll see what happens if David Peterson is going to come. If he doesn't, I'm going to move on and go to the next guy. Okay, so he does have interest in continuing a deal, but I don't know. Okay, so we get Graterol to fill in our bullpen. Is there anyone else I could get who's cheaper? I mean, he'd be a good, he'd slot in as the number 2 guy. Do you have Hagen Smith? See, I don't know. I I think we're gonna pivot. I think I'm gonna offer him. I think I'm gonna offer him this contract, and if he says no, I'm pivoting. If he says no, I think I'm gonna pivot to the next guy. I think I'm gonna pivot then to Tyler Mahle if David Peterson says no to this contract, because I don't want to give him a short term. Okay, we got him. Okay, draft lottery. I know we're not even getting the number 1 pick. Okay, so now I just want to see how things will be looking. So now with David Peterson, it gives us a lefty, and Hagen Smith, Jonathan Cannon had a solid season. Do need to work on that bullpen a bit, though. Still, I do think, I want to get another bat in that lineup, though, because we did get better, but we still desperately. Wait a minute, what happened to our left fielder? But we do still need a body on the line. But we still do. How's Miguel Andujar's fielding? She's not a great fielder, though. Jake Bowers. Bowers didn't do that bad. I think we're gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Trevor Larnach. I think I'm gonna get Trevor Larnach. I'm not doing that for 1 year for Tyler Mahle. I'm sorry. Rule 5 draft. Let's just see if we randomly find a gem in there. Bowden Francis. Now this could be Bowden Francis. Now this could be intriguing. He didn't see any major league time last year. But we do have 7 guys who could possibly start. 8 guys. I forgot we got Kate Anderson. So I don't. Scott Effross. How did Scott Effross do? He also didn't really get an opportunity last year. He's still in arbitration. Ryan Clifford was unprotected by the Mets. I'm surprised about that. I was looking, see if there's maybe a gem or two. I do think how'd Reed Garrett do in the how'd Reed Garrett do in the minors last year? I wish I could see how he did. Sure, we'll add Scott Effross. Hopefully he will be an everyday guy for us. We'll just throw a contract his way. Worst he says is no, and then we'll pivot. Okay, Tigers. All right, I don't blame you. Okay, hopefully. Okay, Trevor Larnach wants to come here. Okay, we'll give him 2 million. We'll give him 2 years, 9 million. Provide us a spark in the outfield because he does got some power. Okay, Trevor Larnach is now a Chicago White Sox. Now these next moves I'm going to do. That's fine. I didn't want to add. I just want to do a depth. At this point, I just want depth. So I'm gonna be aware. I didn't even know Lane Sosa was hitting free agency. I wasn't even aware he was hitting free agency. But good for him. Miguel Vargas. Okay, that experiment. Ooh, no. Dang, shortstops really didn't have that good of a tenure. But we're gonna try to bring Isak Kinnear Falefa in. I'm only doing a 1 year contract for Jahmai Jones. I'm not bringing him in for longer than a year. We're just gonna bring a Woodruff to the Marlins. Okay. Freddie Peralta goes to the Cardinals. That's a big move. Stop simulating. Let's see if I might add him to the big board. Okay. IKF. I might call it a wrap because let's just see how our budgeting would be looking. Yeah. Luckily though, all these deals I'm doing though aren't like big deals. So all of them will expire. I'm expecting to be competitive around. Like 20, around like here. We should line up with several contracts being up. Considering a lot of our guys aren't due for extensions anytime soon. Okay. 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 Let's see if ICAF wants to come here. Like I said, because he can play anywhere in the field. Okay. Ooh. Okay, he goes to the Pirates. Now I need to look for another. Now I need to look for another depth guy. There's Ezekiel Duran, but he didn't have a great offensive season. Gavin Lux, though, on the other hand. Daniel Schneemann. That's who I'm going to bring in. Pretty much because Daniel Schneemann can, like, is. I am. Sure. We're going to have some roster battles. I wish you could do, like, options again and opt outs and all that stuff. Nolan Jones is coming to the city of Chicago. And Daniel Schneemann. Okay. So that's pretty much a wrap on our free agency. Just gonna simulate the rest of this. So I think now I don't need anyone off the big board. Let's see if there's just anyone who needs a renewed contract. We'll renew these contracts. Bring them back. Why not? So we take a look at how things are gonna be shaped up. So heading into 2027. Looks like it's gonna be Shane Smith. So this is probably gonna be our five. Our five. Davis Martin though might be on his way out. Depends on how Jonathan Cannon does. I'm gonna give Brogdon. I want to give Brogdon Jensen. I actually want to take a look at like what his potential is. His potential is 91. I want to give him actual time in the minors, even though he is a 71. I want to give him some time. Tate Anderson, I know, has something there. Okay, Mike Jones can. Okay, so yeah. Well, that being okay, there we go. We got some more green. All right. So that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap up there. Thanks for watching me. I'm excited for the 2023 season. I'll see you guys in spring training. Peace.